now rocking with the best. Who's the boxing show that's knocking out the competition? The kick-ass podcast that make you want to listen. The place where boxing fans and fighters rejoice. Thumbs up for Richie, you're listening to the fighter's voice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little after 5. I'm Richard Ortiz, your host of the Fighter's Voice Podcast Live. We got a great lineup in store for you. First of all, coming a little after 5, we have Teofimo Lopez Jr. will be joining us here in the studio by way of Zoom. And at 6 o'clock, we have Montana Love, and he's going to talk about him signing with Matchroom. Eddie Hearn, DAZN, the whole nine, get his take on some upcoming fights and talk about, the new signing in the new Mr. Love. And we're also at 7 o'clock going to have Arnold Barboza by way of Zoom joining us here on the Fighter's Voice. That's 3 shows in a row, back to back. We're supposed to start at 5, and we're waiting for Teofimo Lopez to join us. He's on his way to the gym. But there's some other topics that happened today, and we're going to discuss those today live here on the Fighter's Voice. First of all, I want to talk about Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevenson taking place this Saturday, top-ranked boxing for the WBO Junior Lightweight Championship of the world. I mean, let's break down the champion first of all. Jamel Herring, your blue-collar gentleman, your blue-collar champion, who does everything that's asked of him to do, does it in style, does it with class, and you know what? He doesn't leave anything outside of the ring. He brings everything in the ring with him. When I mean that, I mean just everything that he has, honor, respect, courage, and sportsmanship. This Saturday, by far, has to be his toughest opponent to go head-to-head with. And Jamel Herring, we're talking about somebody who's never ducked anything in his life. I mean, he served his country. He's took a share of losses, as all the champions of the world have done, and even personal tragedy in his life, as we all have. So we're talking about a man that is very focused, that is very disciplined, and just strong-minded. So if you think in any shape or form that he is how can I say it, discouraged of this big event or maybe shooken up in this big event, you're sadly mistaken. Now, of course, on the other hand, the young Shakur Stevenson arguably should be in the top 5, and he will be before his career and it's all said and done. I mean, the man has all the attributes, all the athletic ability, has a great team behind him, and is just fast, strong, and powerful. So when you see it on paper, a lot of people, they want to just say, okay, on paper, it's going to end in 5, and the new champion, Shakur Stevenson. That's what it says on paper. That's what everybody's saying. Those are what the odds say in Las Vegas. But they don't know the willpower of Jamel Herring. I mean, the preparation, he accepted the fight, which means the fight already started. The minute you accept the fight already started. I didn't see him backing down at all. I didn't see him discouraged. I didn't see him intimidated at all. I saw Shakur Stevenson, and that's just the way he is. He's very vocal at the press conference. He's very vocal on the face-offs today, or when was it? He tried grabbing the belt of Jamel Herring, thinking that it would shake him up a little bit. Some of the who's who of boxing in top rank, they had to kind of, intervene, step in a little bit so it doesn't get out of hand. Remember, we don't fight for free. Speaking of we don't fight for free, that almost happened last Saturday, and I'll discuss that on DAZN Boxing with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn and, the headliner, Mikey Garcia. And, of course, you know who I'm talking about, our guest, his son, Teofimo Lopez. And we'll get into that a little later on in the show. But I do want to break down this matchup here. I'm intrigued that it's finally going to happen. Atlanta, Georgia, State Farm Arena. I thought maybe, here in the States, I thought maybe like MGM Grand or just somewhere where it's more recognized for the sport of boxing, even, hey, New York City. But, hey, Atlanta welcomed it. Top Rank loved it. ESPN co-signed it. And there you have it. So this Saturday, you know what? Let me know, all the viewers and the fans, what you think of this matchup. Who do you have winning and why? But give us some thought, because everybody that I've asked will say 9 out of 10, go, oh, Stevenson by knockout. Okay, why? Because he's younger, because he's slick. I mean, break it down. Why? I mean, I want to know why. I mean, a lot of people post, okay, your thoughts on a fight, who do you think's going to win? And they'll just give an answer without even knowing what's going on. I'll do some research on that person and to see if that answer really means anything. If not, I'll call them on it. I'll say, okay, explain yourself why. Give me a reason why. Well, I'll give you my reason why. Jamel Herring, like I said, he has overcome adversity, very experienced, isn't backing down, and yet he's facing what corporates like to say is the passing of the torch. Now, somebody tell Jamel Herring that he's supposed to just give up that bout and give it away. I mean, the man is in tremendous shape. The man's always inside and outside of the gym, ready to go. But at the same time, I'm not taking anything away from Camp Stevenson. They're ready to go. They have everything needed. They got plans lined up. They're actually thinking of, okay, after this bout, I want to move up and take on some of the bigger names out there. When I say some of the bigger names, I'm talking about the pay-per-view blockbusters, even moving up as high as 140, 147s. And it's not going to happen tomorrow, but there's been talks of that and for the young plan of the young Stevenson. I mean, the big plan of the young Shakur Stevenson. So for this Saturday, I see it going the distance. If it goes the distance, I see Stevenson being awarded the decision. We know if it's a very close fight, Jamel Herring is not going to walk away with that belt. I said it, yes, I said it loud and clear. Jamel Herring, I can see him being very effective early in the rounds, and I'm pulling that he, is able to neutralize that speed, and I'm pulling for the champion, Jamel Herring. Now, who's going to win? Odds have Stevenson winning the fight. But we shall see. I mean, something that we need to see before it happens, of course, before that bell rings. Something at the face-off, something at walking in. I've been looking for things and unable to really put my finger on it. And I try to put my personal feelings aside because I am personal friends with Jamel Herring, but at the same time, I'm going to call it down the middle in the sport of boxing. And before the show's over, I'll let you know exactly my winner, and I'm going to explain why. Now, there was another matchup that's getting ready to take place. They had a press conference today, and that was between Davis and Romero. Do we have that poster? Is it coming up or? Yes. And until we pull that up, man, I want to talk about some other things that are going on in the sport of boxing. I mean, because we got a whole list. We got Crawford, we got Porter, we got Canelo Plant. We're going to talk about Teofimo Lopez, and we're going to make sure that we cover all the big fights coming up here, and we're going to explain why and what's going on. Waiting for our guest here. I'm checking my phone to see if there's any indication of him coming on at this time as we're waiting for him. I'll text him right now. We are waiting for you, sir. Are waiting for you to join us. See, we get to do stuff like this on live TV. So do we have that poster up? Okay. We're going to talk about that matchup, and that's Tank Davis, Rolly Romero. A lot of people think it's not even going to make it out of round 5. Because you got the sharp Davis. He's always looking sharp. He's always in tremendous shape. I mean, the man has been called by Mike Tyson the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world. Now, you can argue that, with your Canelos, with your Spence, and with your Crawfords, and your Sean Porters even, if he's able to be successful in his fight November 20th. But a lot of people put their stock in Tank Davis. What has he been doing lately? He's been disciplined. He's been in the gym. And like Floyd Mayweather has been telling him and advising him, make that money and make that money smart. And that's very good advice. Now, Rolly Romero, I got to give it to him, man. He's went out on a limb, and he actually almost promoted this fight himself. He said, I want Tank Davis, and I want him for the right reasons, and I'm going to get him out of there. A lot of people are going to know after this fight who Rolly Romero is, and not just, people overlook him because they see him sometimes off balance, that he telegraphs his punches. But, the man has power, the man has confidence, and he's ready to go. How do you tell a man that gets himself in condition and gets himself fight ready that he does not have a chance? But as opposed to another man right across from him who is in the top 5 pound for pound in the world, I don't see a flaw in this guy. A lot of people will point out different flaws. And, I mean, when they say that, as if to say, okay, they can beat him. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll see. Tank Davis, I don't see any flaws. The only flaws that I see is himself. If he decides not to do the work that's necessary, if not to put the work in that's needed to be successful, not only at this weight class, but in moving up in weight classes. Because he does want to join the elite at the 140-pound division in the 147-pound division. But first of all, he has to take care of business with Rolly Romero. It's too early to tell right now, but as of right now, I do have Tank Davis. I'll be pulling for Rolly Romero to give us an entertaining fight. That takes place on a Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, December 5th. And for what it's worth, I give Romero a puncher's chance. Last week we had Lukey on the show from LTR Boxing, and he took it back, man. I haven't heard that terminology. It's been some time, a puncher's chance. And any puncher that has a chance, they definitely have some power. They have what it takes to get the other man out of there. So too early to tell to break it down right now, but the press conference did take place today. Both men were at a face-off. Davis was all business. Rolly didn't back down, so that's something that we are going to be looking forward to in the future. Now, speaking of December, I believe we have something local here in Stockton, California. Do we have that poster with Toscano's Boxing Promotions, a collaboration with Garcia's Promotions? Okay, we're going to pull that up right there. Let me check on our guests. Man, this is going to slide right into 528 already. We may just slide in here. Teofimo Lopez Sr., we are waiting on you, sir. Yes, we are. Now, this is taking place. Oh, tickets on sale October 25th. So this takes place Saturday, December 4th, Stockton Memorial Civic Auditorium. And we got the return of Wade Jones III. Emmanuel Jaimes is also going to be on the card, along with some other local fighters in a collaboration with Garcia Promotions. Now, I'm glad boxing is coming back locally. When I say locally, just last week, it took place in Fresno, California, with promoters Eddie Hearn and Rick Merrigan collaborating, Matchroom Boxing, DAZN, and put on a great event. Mikey Garcia was in the main event, and we talked about Mikey Garcia, we talked about Bam Rodriguez, and also Mark Castro's. But hey, Stockton, they're doing some things as well, and I'm happy that they give these young fighters the opportunity. Now, this young promotion company, I think, has the potential of being one of the best in this area, in my opinion. And sometimes my opinion may get me in trouble, but I'm going to call it like it is. With a couple of right pieces added to this promotion, this thing can really take off. I mean, I'm talking about the commentary. I'm talking about the matchmaking. I'm talking about the advising. This company can actually be one of the elite that not just here for a poster, but can annually, bi-monthly put on shows, not just in the Stockton area, not just in the Tijuana, but I'm talking about where the big boys are in LA and also Las Vegas, even Reno. I've said it first here on the Fighter's Voice. So I'm looking forward to this matchup. This whole card, Toscano's Boxing Promotions in a collaboration with Garcia Promotions, Rising Stars. Tickets are on sale October 25th. This event takes place Saturday, December 4th, Stockton Memorial Civic Auditorium. Now, I also want to talk about Canelo and Plant. That's November 6th. That's right around the corner. There we go. Now, on this card, we have a local from Fresno, California, Mark Madman Hernandez, taking on a former world champion to be televised on Showtime pay-per-view. And I was also just informed it hasn't been 100% guaranteed. I believe he's waiting for the contract, unless he just signed it and everything's in place. And I'm talking about Stockton's own Kilo the Kid Madera will also be on that undercard. Moving up in weight, he didn't indicate exactly how much weight, and possibly one. I'm thinking 168 from 160. If he moves up to light heavy, in my opinion, boy, that's a couple weight classes there. But Kilo's a very smart, intelligent fighter, both inside and outside of the ring, and I'm sure he's going to make the right decision. He's been waiting for his opportunity, and his opportunity is coming Saturday, November 6th on the undercard of Canelo Plant. So if you're a fan of the Madera brothers from Stockton, California, make sure you tune into this event. If you're a hometown fan here in Fresno, California, a lot of them like to call themselves the hometown hero, but it sounds good, but if you say hometown hero, you're limiting yourself just to your hometown. Now, Marcos Madman Hernandez has been fighting all over the world. Has a great team, strong team behind him, born and raised, and I'm looking for fireworks when Marcos Madman Hernandez enters the ring. Hey, can I pull him up real quick? I'm gonna let me see. Let me send you a picture. I'll do it right now. We got time. I'll pull him up. Let me see. As you try to pull him up, I'm gonna try to pull him up too, Mateo. Okay, I'm gonna send you some old school pictures. One when he was on the radio show, The Fighter's Voice, and one when I believe I did his third professional fight in Merced, California. Now, those are the ones I happen to have right now. I mean, but, he has some other ones, but I'll pull the ones up that I choose to pull up, but it's all good. Did you get those yet? That way they can kind of, put that together. And also, Marcos, if you're listening to the show, man, you got a personal invitation here on The Fighter's Voice. I want to get you in studio, hash what we need to hash, make this happen. Let's talk boxing, let's talk business, and let's talk prosperity, and let's talk about the opportunity that's right in front of you, man. I mean, brother, you are climbing the charts. You are taking these fights. I've never seen you or heard of you ever turning down a fight. Whenever there was another hometown base fighter around the area, when the opportunity was there, you did not hesitate. You called them out on the contender, I believe, and you just said, hey, come on, let's do this. And, we got to see highlights of it, but I really wanted to see it. There you go, Madman Marcos Hernandez. Well, that's an older picture, man. Marcos has really put on some weight. When I say weight, I mean he's really grown into his body. He looks like a legitimate 168-pound, full-grown man. Still makes the 160-pound division, and his boxing IQ is very high. He knows how to conduct himself both inside and outside of the ring. You don't see him with 1 million followers because he's all business. And, a family man as well, takes care of everything that he needs to take care of, both inside and outside of the gym. Now, that's no knock on him. I mean, hey, whatever works for you and whatever's getting you these opportunities, keep doing what you're doing. I know he has a great team around him. I'm not sure if Pete Lopes is still involved, but I remember Pete Lopes, he was part of the team, his advisor, and I remember his father, Mr. Hernandez, who was one of the trainers, along with Henry Ramirez and his cut man, Jess Markey. That's what's up. So great team, Madman Marcos Hernandez. We're going to be pulling for you, man. You got a great opportunity taking on a former world champion, and we wish you the best. Now let's talk about the headliner there. That's Canelo and Plant. Okay, sorry, I just saw this coming on now. Okay, I guess our guest is ready to come on. Okay, sorry, just saw this coming on now. I'll say okay. Okay, well, I'm going to have me some Fighter's Voice Kool-Aid. And if you want these right here, a lot of people have asked me about these, man. I only made a couple of them for the team. But Theo's going, yeah, bullshit, where's mine? So is Cole Escovedo. I need to market these, man. I could see these with some beer or, some Kool-Aid or something, or, I don't know, something nice. Kind of flashy, let me know. You like that? Teofimo, if you're there, man, you want one? Mateo, you want one? I got to get you one. Oh, that's right. So, no, what's that? That's a weekend glass. Now, Canelo Plant, let's talk about that. Of course, Canelo on paper, okay, he's going to wipe him out. He's one of the best pound for pound. Yes, he is. I agree with every single thing that you're saying. There's no weakness in this man at all that I can see in the sport of boxing. Now, Caleb Plant, somebody needs to tell him, okay, you're going to pass your belt over to Canelo because he has the most, I would say, confidence of any fighter taking on Canelo. Plain and simple, period. He is not backing down. You got to remember, he called for this fight. So when a lot of people said that he turned down the fight, listen, you guys just read the outside. You don't know what goes on in the inside. He wanted to make sure all the numbers are correct. He wants to make sure everything's guaranteed, just as Canelo makes sure everything is guaranteed. That's a great publicist. And actually, his publicist, I talked to him in Las Vegas, and we're going to be pulling his publicist on the show, but something is missing. We can't just have his publicist on the show. We got to have Plant on the show, and we're trying to work that out before their big fight November 6th. In this fight, I can see it going two different ways. If Canelo all of a sudden gets overtrained or just gets overconfident, then I can see Plant giving him some problems, maybe even winning after 6 rounds. But I've never seen Canelo so focused and so actually upset. And sometimes when fighters get upset, they don't operate correctly. But when Canelo's upset, he wants to get you out of there. He stays disciplined. And whenever he's in, how can I say it, in a rage, instead of headhunting, the man continues to dig down deep and go to the body of his opponent. I see Canelo putting the pressure on and Plant doing what he does, giving him lateral movement, moving around. But a lot of people have criticized Plant for his punching power. Some even went as far as called him pillow hands. Now, we know in the sport of boxing, all it takes is a certain amount of pressure on a man's temple and his chin, and that's all she wrote. So I'm not going to say it's going to be a landslide for Canelo, and I'm not going to say that Plant's going to pull an upset. That doesn't even sound right, an upset. You got an undefeated world champion, but it is what it is in the sport of boxing. We're going to get more in detail with this and with our guest once he gets on, and after we have Plant's publicist on the show, and along with Caleb Plant, which I'm not promising, but we're doing our best to get that done, and that was an opportunity that was given to me by the connection of Callie Swanson. If you guys don't know that name, you don't know boxing. What else do we got coming up? Let me see what is. How close is he? I got to continue to move forward and go. Okay. Now let's talk about Bud Crawford and Sean Porter. Do we have that poster? Can we pull that up right now, Mateo? Okay. And you know what? I'm glad that, when you see Sean Porter and you see Bud Crawford, it don't just tell me that these guys are fighting. You know what it tells me? It tells me that Top Rank and PBC can get along. It tells me that PBC and Top Rank can get along. Because if I say Top Rank first, people are going to get okay. If I say PBC first, people are going to get okay. ESPN, Fox, they can all work together. We've done it several times for of course, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Now we continue that relationship with Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford. As a friend of Sean Porter's, man, I'm going to be rooting for him to be successful. I'm going to be rooting for him to put a good account of himself. I'm going to be rooting for him to continue to do what he does best, and that's make it a dogfight, and that's, making your opponent feel very uncomfortable. And even asking your own self the question is, hey, man, do I truly belong in the ring with my opponent who is considered pound for pound one of the best in the world? I was honored to have an invitation by the powers that be to watch Terrence Crawford work out at Top Rank Boxing gym in Las Vegas. I'll tell you what, man. To watch this man for a while, I was just hypnotized. I mean, when he was getting his hands wrapped and he was just moving around like another natural human being, I was saying, okay. But just his movement, his aura, his presence in the ring, I'm going to let you know I was hypnotized for a bit. I was in a spell where, man, and I texted a couple people and I said, you know what? Crawford just moves a little different. There's something really special about this man. I went up to a friend of mine, Frank Estelle, and I said, man, Crawford's a different animal, man. And he just kind of looked at me like, bro, I see this all the time, but yes. And also gave me that look like, Rich, you should know better, man. You know when there's special people in the building, hey, it is what it is. Watching him work out, watching his work ethic, and at times enjoying the workout, having fun with the workout. A lot of them, is he coming on? Oh, bring him on. Mr. Lopez, are you there, sir? Okay, yeah, you got to connect to audio. Can you bring his face up on there? Okay. But he's on video. Okay. Lower thirds ready. Everything's ready to rock and roll. What a lot of people don't know is, man, I was taking a nap. I went to go eat at Black Bear today in Madera, California. The worst food, the worst service ever, and I said it right here on the podcast. I posted it too on Facebook, but since we're talking about things, and I told them this too. I took a picture of it and I said, look at this. I don't even want a box, and the whole meal's here. There we are. Mr. Lopez, how we doing, sir? Okay. He's connecting or he's connected? He's doing it on his phone. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, he's clean cut. He's everything. The glasses, everything. How you doing, sir? If you can hear me, can you turn your phone to the side so we get all your viewership? Can you turn your phone to the side, sir?
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you turn your phone to the side so it expand your picture? Your picture. There you go. That's perfect. Are you ready to rock and roll?
You're a little bit low, though.
Oh, am I? Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Give me 1 second. Let me go upstairs to the lobby.
Okay, sounds good. Someone get my attention when it's 5:55 so I can let our other guests know that there may be a little delay because I want to get all of Mr. Lopez and I want to work with his schedule. Deserves to have us work with his schedule. We normally don't go on at this time, but this is a special treat for you guys. And if you're missing this, we're going to do a mix down and rebroadcast this next Tuesday as well, some more Thursday. I can hear you loud and clear. How we doing, sir?
Yeah.
Am I coming out?
Not that loud, but
Oh, really? I'm not that loud. Why would that be, Mateo?
now you are.
Okay, there we are. Maybe it's because as you're walking out, because the next thing I'm waiting for you here to say is, Houston, we have a problem. Because it looks like you're in orbit. It looks like you're in orbit in a spaceship or something, floating around. How we doing, sir?
I'm doing awesome, man. We over here in Ontario, California right now with Rain Energy Drink. They have all their athletes down here. I was with we had a good time, man. I don't know if you're in my group chat, but I've been posting up videos. We had my son and the strongest man in the world. He played Mountain on Games of Thrones. I don't know if you know who he is.
Name.
His name is Thor. They call him Thor.
Okay.
This guy's huge, man.
Something what? Fiction?
This guy was like 480 pounds. Yeah, this guy was like about 480 pounds, and he lost about 130 pounds. I mean, he looks freaking amazing. And, he has some stamina in him,
For a big guy, actually, that's good because when you got big muscles, there's really no oxygen. So talk to me about that.
Yeah. So, so he's like talking to us, like he's very interested in coming down to Vegas because he's from Iceland.
Oh, damn.
He's like a Viking, They're like pure Viking blood, these guys.
They're torn from a different cloth.
Man, I already invited him to the fight. We're fighting November 27th. This one is for real. And I just can't wait. And so we had him do like this big thing where like you seen Ryan Garcia where he comes and he starts hitting some guy with
Body shots. Yeah.
And they're wearing gear and all that stuff. Well, my son, there's a video out there. I don't know if you could show it or anything like that, but I posted it up. I'll send it to you as well.
Yeah, send it to me as long as it's not on like YouTube or whatever, because we run into copyrights. But right now I got a picture of the big guy.
I got it on WhatsApp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me see. What I got you on. Like, wait, hold on. Let me see. Because he just texted me. Okay, I got it.
Okay, cool.
Hold on. I'll send it to you real quick.
Sounds good, man. Sending me, I'll forward it to you.
Okay, you got WhatsApp, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because that's the only way you're gonna get it.
Okay. Okay, let
So
me
you
check
see
right
my
now.
son at the end, they start with 100, they start with like 25%, then
Got to get me on here.
50%, then
Get me on here.
75%, and then this guy is gonna hit my son 100%.
Yeah.
And you see there's no faking in that punch, bro. And my son takes it like a trooper, you know?
Well,
And he
your
puts it
son's
away
always in
and my
tremendous
son's
shape
ready.
too.
All right?
I said, Teofimo's always in tremendous shape too, all the time,
Man,
constantly.
we don't know. My son is always on shape, man. And that's one thing about us. We take this shit serious. We don't play games with boxing. There's a lot of fake fighters out there. You know who I'm talking about. Anybody in the world that says that they're the best at the
How
weight
do I bring that
division
up?
when everybody knows my son got all the belts. And
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Devin Haney's, the Tanks that got, the Tank is fighting right now with Rolando Romero for WBA, and they talking out there
Take him off the screen so I can
like he
see
was
him.
the champion. But you know what's funny about that? And
What's
I
that?
saw the interview, right? Rodi's fucking funny, bro.
Remove the picture,
So
please.
this one person, somebody asked him a question, right? The media
Yeah.
was asking questions. So the guy goes like, "To you, who you think and who something like that, like saying like who you think is the best lightweight out there and why?" And
Yeah.
Rolando said, well, no, where do you consider Tank to be at in the lightweight division? That was like the worst question to ask because you know what the answer is. So Rolando said, "Well, I got Tank number two, and I got Teofimo because he holds all the belts." You know, and then
Exactly.
Tank started rattling his mouth. I don't know what he was saying, and then Brody goes, "What the hell are you talking about, bro? Like you don't make no sense." You see, that shows me a lot. Because when you're trying to be somebody you ain't, because I would never fucking do that shit, and I would never disgrace my son to do some shit like that.
Yeah.
Make believe he's a champion that when he's not. We're not gonna be no champions by somebody giving us a belt, and we ain't gonna be no champions by being under a person having a regular belt, knowing that the real champion is WBA. The WBA real champion is my son because he took it from Loma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Loma won it square. He won it he won it in the ring. He didn't win it out. Getting it for free or beating somebody that already had it. That had about 2, 3 belts. No, he beat the man at the WBA at the moment to become world champion at that weight division. They passing these regular belts like they were freaking candy. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is that it hurts the sport. There should be just one belt in every weight division. I got nothing against the interim belts because that will put you in a position to fight the champion
Right.
as a mandatory. So I'm good with that, because everybody deserves a chance. But when you're over here blabbing your mouth saying that you're the world champion and walking around lying to people that you 3 times world champion,
Before it's
I
over, we'll
know
play
who's
that.
gonna kick your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because it shows to your character. You see, my son is a real motherfucker. My son's not gonna. I'm sorry for cursing.
No,
My
hey,
son is not gonna take.
no, no, hey, Mr. Lopez.
Yeah, we're talking to grown-ups right here.
No,
So
no,
my son is
exactly,
not gonna take a belt. My son is not gonna walk around with a belt that don't mean nothing. You understand?
exactly.
And these guys are not even calling us out. But I got great news for you because I wasn't even thinking about this fucking kid, Devin Haney. I wasn't even thinking about him because he has nothing that we want.
Then why did he come up to you guys? Why did he come up to you last Saturday in Fresno, California? Why was he so confident?
Because they're dying for the fucking clout. My son's on top of the world right now. You understand?
Yeah.
We fight the real fighters. Okay, they could come up to us. They could do whatever the fuck they want. But at the end of the day, they want to fight us, man. You know. So what I have to do, by him doing that, he woke me up. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of all this bullshit, and I'm sick and tired of all this shit that's going around with this Devin Haney character. Because that's what he is. He's a fucking character. And I'm gonna fucking end this shit once and for all. The same energy that I put into Lomachenko for us to fight him, well, it's not gonna be the same because it took me 3 years to get Loma. But and Loma told us you gotta go get a belt before you fight me.
I remember that quote.
Exactly what I did. That's exactly what we did. All right. We don't play games. We fought a guy that had never been knocked out. That everybody believed that he beat Eastern Junior. A guy that was well decorated. A guy that just knocked out the last competition Orlando had. That went the distance with. We fought a real life dog in there.
Yes, you did.
None of these guys are calling these guys out. The only person that had heart to fight Lomachenko was Nakatani, and look what happened to him. You know, People, we make shit look easy. It's not easy. And I want to get this shit into people's heads, bro. When we fight guys, we make it look average, but it's not. I told everybody Nakatani was going to get his ass whooped by Lomachenko and that he was going to take him out in the seventh round. I told everybody, and it happened. I think it was the eighth, but I was wrong by 1 round or something.
You know why he looked good.
The same shit I said about Tyson Fury with Wilder. You know, you can't win a fight if you're going in there, thinking too much. You got Wilder coming inside. When the fight was gonna start, and he walking in the first time he walked into the MGM.
Yeah.
Right, that's where the fight was at, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm not
At
wrong.
that mobile.
Look
Ain't
at him walking in. Look how nervous he looks. Like and I don't blame him. He had a lot to put in, and he had already lost 2 fights with this guy. He knows he has his number, so he had to do way better than what he had done in the last 2 fights. And I don't take nothing against. I don't have nothing against Wilder, bro. I think he's a great champion. He needs a lot of work in his footwork, in his style, and for what he has done is above miraculous.
I agree with you.
Starting at 19 years old, I mean,
Late. A lot of people would say that's late in the sport of boxing. Now, and you know what? You always give props where props is given. But what I do want to ask you this: why do you have the Devin Haney's, the Arnold Barbozas, the Lomachenkos of the world continuing to want to share the ring with your son? Why is that? Do they truly believe they can win? Is there something at the end of the rainbow? Tell us, the viewers, the fans, and the followers, why.
but listen, because we are top of the game. I mean, who else are they gonna call? They can't go backwards. They don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Lomachenko because Lomachenko. The only reason why we're not fighting Lomachenko is because he has nothing that we want. That's just us going backwards. We're gonna do it. It's probably gonna be for money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that listen, we beat him convincingly. It wasn't like it was a close fight. Everybody trying to make it look like it was a close fight. Only because my son got hit for 5, 6, 7 seconds doesn't mean he gonna lose the round. And I'm talking about the ninth. I'm talking about the 10th. You know, the ninth and the 10th round because from the first to the 8th round that was a blowout. It was a blowout. I don't want to hear no freaking Andre Ward or whatever the fuck they gotta say, man. I know boxing and I know how to freaking score a
What
fight.
did he say? What did Andre Ward say?
Andre Ward said that he lost the second round. That he lost the 8th round, the 9th round, the 10th round.
Wow.
The 11th round. Like this guy's out of his fucking mind. The thing is, let me tell you what the judges saw. The judges saw activity. Okay? And if you sit down and you see that fight,
I'm gonna watch those
look at
rounds
the
now.
8th round. Look at the 9th round. In the 9th round, I told my son, you could take this guy out, bro, right now, bro. You carrying this guy. You know? And he wasn't listening to me. He just wanted to box him. And I told my son, he's gonna cut you, bro. In the 9th round, right in the beginning of the 9th round,
Yeah.
right after the 9th round, Lomachenko jumps right in and hits him, headbutts him really ugly. And I already saw what he was trying to do. He was jumping in with his head before he threw his hands. So I told my son in the corner, I said, yo, he's gonna cut you, bro. That's what you want. He's gonna cut you. You carrying this dude, you could take him out right now. Start shifting on his ass. But he didn't do it. Um, and that's why he got cut. But if you count the seconds that Lomachenko did anything in that fight after in the 8th, 9th, and 10th, and the 11th, I give him the 11th because he did more than he did in the 8th, 9th, and 10th. All right, that was the only reason. And the only reason why they was trying to give him those rounds was because he hit my son. But what? He hit him what for about 5 seconds?
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
win a
Well, I mean, he tried to pull an old school Sugar Ray Leonard, win the last 30 seconds of the round. I mean, that's what Sugar Ray would do
He did
back in the
not do
day.
that shit. He did
Yeah,
not do that shit. Look at the fight.
yeah.
My son was always blowing him out at the end.
I
So
watched the fight, and you know what? I was very impressed. By far, that had to be a Picasso of a painting. He put everything together that he worked on,
that's what I'm
and
training
you
the shit
called
for.
it. You called it
I'm training
just
the
like you
shit
did.
because if you sit down and you watch the plan that went into this fight, us fucking taking away those angles that he loves and gets that's used to. We took that shit away from him. He couldn't do that shit in the whole fucking fight, you know. And that's what screwed him up. He didn't know what to do, you know. And you know what we call that? We froze him.
You guys froze him.
We
Well,
froze him.
I honestly,
My son does that a lot.
I'll say this, and then we'll move on to another opponent. I think Lomachenko honestly felt the power, and that respect level that he had going in went up completely. Even though he was getting hit on the arms early, wherever he needed to get hit, he felt that power, he felt that pressure, and I did not.
Man,
He had to change his
in the
game
second
plan.
round, my son, look, when they really hit him was in the second round when my son almost dropped him. When he hit him and he went across the ring, you know, and that was in the second round. That's when he really felt that it was for real. And if Lomachenko would have committed early, he would have been knocked out by the seventh, eighth round, like I had predicted.
Well,
You know,
you got a good argument, and you don't have to convince me, Senior. I will tell you this though, if it,
except
if
when he
it
started committing,
yeah.
and it was at the end of the rounds. You know, my son almost took him out in the 12th round, and that's what my son let go because I told him, listen, my son is a very smart fighter. He don't give you everything he got. He holds on to like 20% of his power, of his work ethic, whatever the hell he wants, he could hold on to that because he knows if he gets in trouble, he'll have that extra edge in him. So in the 12th round, you know, um, I told him, I said, what the fuck you doing, bro? You got to give me everything in this round. You know, they could rob us. You know, I told him, you know, they could rob us. I said, I know you holding to your 20%. You got to let it go now. You know, these idiots, you know, all these people, I'm not gonna mention no names. Whoever's in charge of us getting, you know, the microphone,
Yeah.
all right? They came to the corner, right? They came to our corner in the locker rooms and asked my son who he wanted to have, you know, the microphone because they were going to give it to me, you know.
Why is that?
And I think it was because of that incident that they made it racist. Like they try to make racist the thing that happened with Evan Haney, you know. Listen, my son is from
Let's
African
talk about
roots,
that.
bro.
Let's talk
You know,
about that
let's
real
talk about
quick.
that after what I'm gonna explain to you.
Okay.
So they came to the locker room. They told me that your father cannot have the speaker, the microphone.
Yeah.
So my son told him, so if he can't have it, nobody's gonna have it. You know, that's the shit that we up against, bro. Do you understand that? That's
Loud and
the shit
clear.
we up against. But I'm so used to it, bro, because it's been like that since the amateurs. We never get a break. But you know why? Because God doesn't want us to get any breaks. We got to do it dog style, you know. We got to just go in there and beat whoever we got to beat because they ain't gonna stop us.
Well, I'll tell
You
you
know,
one
so
person. I'll
so
tell you one person that is giving you the microphone. One person that is giving you a break. One person that is giving you the opportunity. One person that is giving you the platform, and that's the fighter's voice, the only voice that matters.
exactly. You know, but you know, at the end of the day, man, we've been through all these struggles and turbulations and all this stuff that's happening to us is not new to us. So we used to it. All this hate, I love it because I know we're doing something right. You know, a lot of people over
Yeah.
here talking like, you know, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. They talk, talk, talk. No, man, we talk. I do all the talking. My son does all the fucking walking, bro, and he does it, and you know that.
Yes, sir.
And when this character came over and started talking shit to us, you know, I told Eddie Hearn because Eddie Hearn goes, you know, the reason why I went all crazy was because Eddie Hearn came up to me and told me, yo, Devin Haney ain't fucking running from nobody. You know, like you guys got to sign this and that. I said, what? Are you telling me that we're scared of this dude? Like we've been chasing this dude for the longest. He ain't gonna sign. So you know what I did?
What's that?
You know what I that's not on us right now.
So it's in his corner. I mean, the pin is in his
It's
hand,
his corner. All he has to do is sign the petition, and it becomes a mandatory after we knock this Cambosis dude out.
and that takes place in what are you looking in February? Is that the date?
February. February. My son has been at 135 for 8 fucking years.
So
You know,
let me ask you this, and then we'll move on. So what do you say to the other fighters that also want a shot at Teofimo? I mean, as you saw last week, and there's no surprises here with Arnold Barboza, even possibly Jose Ramirez at 140 for the vacant WBO bout
listen,
uh,
we'll fight anybody. We
if
don't
Taylor
care.
moves up.
But my main goal right now is legacy.
Yes,
My
I
main goal
understand.
right now is Josh Taylor. And you heard he just got
Yes,
injured. So that fight is gonna be perfect because I don't want no excuses. I don't want Josh Taylor said when we kick his ass. I don't want him saying, oh, because it was I had been off for like 6 months and that's why this happened. So that's beautiful this happened because now they're gonna fight on February 26th. So that's perfect for us. We both fighting. He fights a day before us. I mean, I'm sorry. He fights on February. We fight in November. And then we fight Devin Haney in February. So all that will be perfect because we both fight at the same time, same month. So there's no excuses. When June comes, we'll fight him. Okay? So we'll both have the same time to rest, the same time to train, and there will be no excuses. Because I'm telling you, we're gonna take his head off, man. That guy is perfect for us. He got no style. He does the same shit over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't gonna be able to hit my son. You know, we're gonna crack this boy. My son is gonna be healthy at 140, super healthy. My son does better with bigger guys, with welterweights. He does better than he does with smaller guys. You know why? Because he doesn't have to drain himself so much, and he's way faster than them. So the bigger they are, the better it is. All these other cats have problems. And I'm talking about the Shakur Stevensons, the Devin Haney's, the Tanks, all these guys. You know what I'm saying? When
yeah,
they start moving up in the weight classes, they're gonna have a lot of problems because they're not used to fighting these big guys. My son has been fighting big guys since he was 12 years old, world champions. You know, there's a lot of videos out there that I had taken off because I'm sick and tired of people talking about like, oh, he's working with him. You can never win, bro. So I took those videos down with him and Sean Porter, with him and Ugas. I think the Ugas tapes are still up there.
yeah,
But my son destroys everybody in sparring, bro. I even call that little kid. I don't know because I didn't want to give them no clout. But I call that little kid that Benavidez has, that they say that he dropped my son twice in sparring. These fucking lying sons of bitches. I even call him. I even called Benavidez. I told him, yo, listen, my son wanna put a sparring with your little boy talking shit, but this time no headgear. And we
yeah.
go at it and we film it. Guess what? Benavidez never fucking called me. But people want to believe all that shit, man.
What is it going to
Man,
take? What is it going to? What is it going to take for all these people to
a
stop?
kid that's 7-4, bro. A kid that's 7-4 dropped my son twice. Is sparring? Are you out of your mind? And everybody wants to believe it because they hate us so much. They want to really believe that it's true. There's no freaking videos out there. Where's the videos? And they're so desperate that they put videos of somebody that doesn't even look like my son, saying that that's him. you know, it's just so funny, man. And,
Well,
and and I just can't wait to take over the world. We're still young. Triller really screwed us up the whole year, but
well, it's a
like I
learning
said,
experience. It's a learning experience for you guys, and I know
yeah. But
time you
listen,
can't
we
get
didn't
back.
lose anything. We didn't lose anything. Tank wasn't doing this shit at 16
Yeah,
fights. Devin Haney definitely wasn't doing this shit. He was fighting in fucking Mexico, and I heard he fucking lost the fight over there. They had to pay the guy to fucking make it to change it. But those are just rumors, so I don't believe rumors. But at the end of the day, my son has done what nobody has ever done in the game of boxing. What he has done with 16 fights is remarkable, and I don't take nothing away from all the greats in the world, but there's records are there to be broken, and that's what we're going after. We're going after greatness, and the only way to do that is fighting the best.
Exactly. And it sounds like you got a lineup. One thing I will say this. I don't care what it takes. If we have to get you down here, whatever, we got to have you in studio, man. I mean, your energy, your animation, we got to have you in studio next time you're in Fresno. That's one thing. Number two is, what did you think of the Mikey Garcia performance, the live event when I saw you in Fresno? We talked about it. What did we talk the day before or 2 days about you coming down to Fresno, and you made it after all.
You could be a great fighter. Listen, I called Eddie Hearn. I said, listen, we'll be here in San Francisco. It was like maybe a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
I told him, you think we could make it? Because we had gone to this wine tasting thing that they had invited us to with our friends,
Sure.
family members that we know. They're not really our family, but we treat them like them,
Yeah.
like they were. And so we had to go over there. We were supposed to go to actually to the
San Diego.
yeah, we were supposed to go to San Diego and no, to Fresno. We were supposed to go to Fresno. Wait, where the hell did we go?
You were in, okay, our conversation, you were in San Diego. I invited you down to Fresno, and you asked me how long does it take to get from San Diego to Fresno. And then you said, okay, I'll go. And then you said, no, maybe we won't. And you go, I'll let you know as the weekend goes on.
The fight with Mikey was in Fresno, right?
Yes, sir. Fresno.
Okay, so we was at Fresno. We were supposed to go to San Diego because
Yes.
we were going to go to the Top Rank show.
Yes.
We wasn't going to go to the Mikey Garcia show.
Right.
And Top Rank was waiting for us and
Perfect.
everything, but we couldn't show up because my son wanted to go see this family, and this family was in San Francisco. So by the time it was like 3:30. So I told my son, I think we could make it because Eddie Hearn's telling me that Mikey will be in the ring at 8:15. But because it was a streaming show, they don't have like a program staff like ESPN does. Like ESPN says that it's gonna air at 8:00. It airs at 8:00. When it's streaming, if the fights go fast, the fight is gonna be faster. But I didn't know that. But Eddie Hearn told me, you gotta be here before 8:15. So we was getting there, and we got there at 8:00. But before we got there, it was like 40 minutes before we got there. I see the fight is already on. So my son is like, yo, turn the car around. I said, no, we're not gonna do that. We already freaking drove almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
Might as well just get there and see what the hell happens. And it was it was really good because, to tell you the truth, I never had this kid Devin Haney in my head. Never wanted to fight him because he has nothing that we need. We know he's fake, and what happened that day was like God gifted. It was like God gifted. Like God, I go by what God puts me through, And if he gave me that chance to fight this guy, it's gonna happen. And if it doesn't happen, he's gonna look bad because right now, as it is, all he got to do is sign that petition. And I'm telling the whole world right now, make this kid sign that petition. And I guarantee you, he's not going to do that. And if he does that, the fight is on in February.
Hey, you heard it.
Okay?
Exactly. Let me ask you this. Did you have any intention at all to go to Fresno?
No, not at all.
Okay, you didn't, right? Okay, wait. Okay, let me stop you right there.
That's why I said
wait.
it.
Well,
This
let me
is
stop.
God
I
given.
understand that, but let me tell you this right now. Remember when you came on last week? I invited you to come down to the fight to Fresno because we would welcome you.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Thank you.
Yes, you did. I wasn't thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we got in there. They drove us right into the court. We went right into the field with the car with my caddy. I fucking dropped it. We just walked right to the fight. They were just announcing the winner of Mikey and the guy that he fought. I think he was Spaniard.
Yes, exactly.
From Spain, But listen, Mikey's a hell of a fighter, but you can't be off this sport too long and not be active. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think that the non-activity hurt him a lot because of all those tacos he eats.
Yes.
When I saw his body, I told my son in the first round, I was like, oh my God, man, if I would have known Mikey was going to come on like that, I would have bet freaking $100,000 on this fight.
Yes.
You can't look like that and expect to win a fight. You know, and I don't blame Robert Garcia or anybody in the staff. I blame Mikey. You know, Mikey should know better. Um, a fighter always got to always got to maintain his body, because you don't know situations like the situation that happened with me and Triller. And see my, you see my son. Look at those videos, bro, with my son. My son is ripped. My son is at 144, 145 right now. And that's with 1.5 gallons of water. And he's been like that throughout the whole year. And this Cambosos dude over here talking like we can't make the weight. Bro, it's right there, man. Look at the video.
I can see.
My son don't play. My son is always.
I can see him having a concern because of the size of your son. When I talked to him in Vegas, I mean, he looked like a middleweight. But people got to remember, he has naturally broad shoulders. He is a big kid.
There you go. That's where all the weight is at, man. And that's why he got that devastating hammer Thor shit punch. You know what I'm saying? That devastates anybody. My son hits solid. You could hear the crack, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could hear that thunder. You know what I'm saying? It's something that out of this world. And that's going to help him when he starts going up in weight.
I agree. Okay. I agree with you big time right there, because I will say this. Him at 135, he's robbing us of us seeing the true power. You're going to see the true power at 140 and 147 pounds, because he's going to settle in his weight. He's going to shift his hips. And ya estuvo, that's all she wrote.
Listen, you already know he's a hell of a boxer, because we
saw that his last fight.
We are the best boxer in the world. Okay?
Yes.
I told everybody, Lomachenko's the best fighter at 135 right now. Ain't nobody better than Lomachenko at 135.
No.
He just couldn't beat my son. That's not bad.
No, you guys were focused.
Why they don't fight him? Why they don't fight Nakatani? Why they don't fight Comey? Because those are real fucking fights. And even though they went through us already, Nakatani wasn't the same fighter that fought my son. My son put Nakatani almost on retirement. He was in the hospital for a year and 8 months, almost 2 years in the hospital. Damn. Because my son broke his eye socket and he did some damage.
I'm not laughing at the injury. I'm just laughing at that time frame. Wow.
Yes, you know that.
Yes.
That's why when he fought the Puerto Rican cat, Verdejo, he was being cautious. You saw him the first rounds. He was being cautious because he didn't know how he was going to take those shots, and that's why Verdejo dropped him twice. And you could see it in this demeanor where he gets up and he says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go for broke," and that's why he knocked out Verdejo. You could see it the way the fucking fight played out. Nakatani's not the same fighter.
Sometimes that happens. It's not just so much physically. Sometimes it's mentally. It's mentally draining.
There you go.
And I
wasn't there mentally when he fought Verdejo.
Exactly. And I want to get your expertise on this. And we're talking serious right now. Where does Mikey Garcia, in your view, go from here? What does he need to do to be the Mikey Garcia of old, to be the 4-division world champion? What does it take?
He needs to get more. He needs to be motivated. He needs to love boxing again. To me, he showed me that he doesn't care about boxing anymore. He needs to have an awakening. He needs his brother, his family to talk to him. He still has it. He's not gone nowhere.
I believe he does have it.
Losing to somebody that nobody knows, it doesn't mean anything. He could bounce right back up. I think that fight with Errol Spence hurt him a lot. I think that it took that. A fighter always has that self-esteem about himself where he believes he could beat anything in the world and nobody could beat them. But when you come and you get beat up the way Errol Spence beat him up, it's hard to come back from that. In the Nakatani fight, all the judges had my son winning almost every round. 11-12, 11-10 was the lowest score, and then it was like 11-12, 10 rounds to 11. Then it was like, I think it was like 2 judges had him, they had Nakatani winning 2 rounds to 10. All right, it was a blowout. They made it seem like it wasn't. Like, they made it seem like, oh my God, because my son hardly gets hit. So when he gets hit, they make it a freaking big thing.
Well, I mean, that's where it was, honestly. And I'm not comparing the two, but when Mike Tyson fought, we were all looking to see how does he react, before Buster Douglas, how does he react once he gets hit? So in a sense, that's a good thing. They want to see the reaction. I want to ask you this real quick. I'm going to slow you down real quick. Later on in the show, after this show, we have another show lined up with Montana Love. After Montana Love, we have another guest, Arnold Barboza. Do you have any questions or comments for Montana Love, who's going to be coming on the Fighter's Voice after this show? Anything for Montana Love?
He's a good fighter. He might be good. He might be better than good. But as of right now, he's in the same level, And there's levels to this shit. If you stay in the same level for a few, how old is Montana Love? Got to be at least close to 30, right?
I believe he's in his mid-20s. I'm not too sure. I'll have my research team look that up. I know he's 16-0, correct? 12 knockouts?
Yeah, but he's been in the game for a while, and
I
don't see him. I don't see him going into the elite section unless a miracle happens. He gets a real good trainer and he changes up his game and he ups his game up.
I kind of lost your audio there. You there, sir?
Yeah. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Barboza because he doesn't have anything that we want, man. This guy went the distance with Moran. Are you fucking kidding me? A guy that's like number 40 or something in the world. I mean, a guy that Devin Haney knocked out, and he went the distance with that guy. So that shows you a lot, man. And us talking about people like that, we'll be talking about the whole freaking lightweight division. Then we'll be talking about the number 100 guy, the number 80 guy. You got to prove something to us to give. Just same way Lomachenko told us that we had to go get something. We went and got it, bro, and we showed him. The only reason why we're fighting this clown, Kambosos, is because he's a mandatory. My son didn't want to lose the IBF belt.
No.
And we couldn't buy him off when he's making $2 million.
No.
That's why he was going to make with Triller.
Well, I'm glad the fight is finally going to take place. I mean, I am, and I know your son is, and the whole world is, and I know you guys are, so you can close this chapter.
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Sure.
Hopefully he has a surprise for us, and a good surprise. Last time he did surprise us, take us inside of the gym, and who was there waiting? The undefeated champ, Teofimo Lopez himself. Now, we'll see what Teofimo Sr. has in store. So hang with us, stay with us. We didn't lose him. He just kind of put us on pause a little bit, and he said he has to take care of something, and we're going to find out exactly what that is in a few minutes. And please hang with us. And I know we're running a little over. I just text Montana Love. After this, we're going to run our outro, jump right back into another intro, and go right into it. Yes, I'm right here, sir. Just need to see you on video now.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay, I'm coming on.
All right.
Okay, you see me?
I do. There you go. I do see you.
Anyway, we over here with Rain. We're doing like a shoot with all these tremendous athletes that I met today. Was amazing. My son had a great workout with all of them. He motivated a lot of them. And even though he was the smallest guy in the whole crowd, man, he just, the excitement was there.
Yeah, I could see it in you.
He was loud in life itself, because that's the way he is, man. He motivates anybody in the room when he comes in. And he got this dude, bro, and real shit. You're going to see the video. I posted it up on YouTube. I send it to you right now.
Yeah, we have
Post it up in your channel too. You got my permission.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Big dude hitting him 25% in the body. They both got no shirts. This guy is like almost like 400 pounds. He was in like I said, he was in Games of Thorn. That's what it said.
We're actually playing. We're playing it right now as we're talking, and it's going through. So continue to keep filling us in with all that information.
He's hitting my son, and he hits him 100% at the end, bro. Where you could see that shit was real, and then my son puts a little bit of hurting on him, with his right hand. But this guy is huge, and
It's a monster.
and we just enjoyed it. But what everything that my son does is real, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't be faking nothing. We don't be going in there hitting people and the guys be dropping on the floor like idiots. None of that stuff. Everything that we do is real and legit. And the press conference was today with Rolando Romero was funny as hell. You gotta check that out. They asked Rolando Romero in the press conference because Tank was there. They asked Rolando Romero, where do you position Tank in the lightweight division? And Romero says, well, I gotta put him in second place, but Teofimo Lopez holds all the belts. You see, cats like that talk the truth. That's why I'm giving Rolando Romero a good chances.
Puncher's chance.
I give him a good chances for him knocking out Tank. You know why? Because Tank gets hit a lot. And he's always looking for that uppercut. He loves those uppercuts. And all you got to do is fight this guy tall, bro. He won't be able to hit you. I can't wait to get him. But that's not a reality right now. So we're going to keep on doing what we got to do. Build up our legacy and build up listen to me. All that bullshit about him being the pay-per-view star and making all these crazy numbers, that's all bullshit, bro. The most that guy has ever done on pay-per-view buys is 150,000 pay-per-views, and that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? For him. 150,000, get the hell out of here. That's not breaking numbers. That's not pay-per-view breaking numbers. My son did television breaking numbers when we followed Lomachenko. He did almost 5 million views.
Those were great numbers.
On TV.
Those were great numbers.
5 million. Those are numbers. And if my son wants to fight in pay-per-view, he will make half of those numbers because at least close to that.
Well, I'm looking forward to those days. I'm looking forward to those days.
More than 150,000, that's for sure. Because the 5 million people that watch my son, that's all international, bro. When we beat Lomachenko, my son went to another level. We beat a guy that's European. We taking the chances. We beating the top dudes. You think there's not gonna be a reward for that? You think fighting bums is gonna reward you your whole life? That's not gonna happen. It might work right now, because he's starting. Yeah. Well, we have done more than Tank has done with only 16 fights. And everybody knows that.
Well, you guys seem to have the momentum, and the whole world is looking forward to watching Teofimo perform inside of the ring.
It's beautiful to watch him fight, bro.
Exactly. Not only is it entertaining, it's a work of art, and you can learn a thing or two by watching the man. You may not be able to mimic him because God has gifted him with some athletic ability along with that boxing IQ.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, my son is going to be the only one standing, and you heard it from me right now. But anyway, I got to go because right now we're going to have a dinner with Rain, and they treating us really good, man. And then, that's one of our sponsors, we also have, we have the water company, and there's a lot of other things that I can't say right now, but I'm going to mention them after everything goes into effect. And this big deal's coming, man. How many sponsors these guys have? You understand?
Yeah.
The only shit I've seen them is in Snack.
Yeah.
And they trying to ruin our reputation. This is the last thing I'm gonna give you.
Okay.
My son ain't racist. All right. He heard that word throughout my whole life, man, because I'm from the streets, man. I'm from the White Coat Projects. I'm from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, from Red Hook, from Park Slope, since I was a little kid, I was watching shootings and people getting killed, in the middle of the night when I was like 5 years old, 4 years old, So I mean, I was selling weed. I was selling oreganos in the corner for weed at 7, 8 years old. I was robbing houses at 8 years old. So that's the life I lived, and I didn't want that life for my son. But the word those words They're not racist at all, man. You could see it, man. You know, when I said it to Nakatani, they made that shit so huge. Like, I couldn't believe it. You know, you remember when Andre Ward started talking shit because he wanted to put me on the spot because they're all jealous of what we're doing. And that's the only reason I see it. You know, why they don't keep it professional, bro, and understand that we are not in any way racist. You know, I love my Black Americans, bro. Everybody around us is Black. You know, so African American or whatever it is.
I know you love. I know you love Mexicans too, because your son told me.
Your son
told me that.
I went to an old Black school, Chelsea Vocational High School. Look it up, bro. You know, in the east side of fucking New York. You know, and I was there. I did all my high school there. You know, so I was about the only there was only like 4 or 3 Spanish dudes in that school, and there was only like a few girls, like maybe 4 girls, and I dated one of the hottest one there too.
Did you?
But yeah, I was one of the one that dated the hottest girl there at that school. So
what was her name? What was her name in high school? What was her name? Do you remember?
I don't even remember, man. That was like 40 years ago, bro. What is it like? Yeah, like almost 40 years. But but I went to Chelsea Vocational High School, and I used to hate my name because I was like I was a star soccer player. You know, we won the city championships.
What number did you wear?
I was number 10. You know, the best number in soccer.
The best number, not just the best number in soccer, because of Pelé, the best number in the world. I wore 10, Richie wore 10, Cassie wore 10. Hey, iron sharpens iron, brother.
My son loves 10.
Absolutely.
My son loves 10. And I played number 10 because I used to be the highest scorer in school. So every time they will name my name, and I used to be embarrassed of my name because my name was like a little bit corny, you know, Teofimo Lopez. So I'll like the day before I would score a goal or 2 goals, I'll be like, oh shit, here we go. Like in the morning, I would hide my face because I knew everybody was gonna start cracking up, you know, because they used to like when they used to read you know, everything from the school, what the school had done.
Yeah,
all that.
in the morning, the news,
name my name,
the bulletins.
Bro, I would score. Yeah, I would always score every season more than 20 goals every season. You know, I was really good in soccer, and I was a center forward, right wing. You know, and I was. How's
your left-footed shot?
Bro, I'm telling you, I would score goals from outside the goal field.
Both right and left, or did you favor your right?
Yeah, I would do all the free kicks. You know, I would do all the corner kicks. I was really good, and the thing is that I would have made a good. You know, I played because I learned in Honduras. I played 2nd division in Honduras right before you get to the major leagues. And that didn't work. You know, I didn't have nobody to guide me. You know, my father was too old. My father died at 68. My father had me when he was 51. You know, so he was way older when I got to be with him. And, you know, but he was a great man, bro. Real giving. You know, the best man that I ever met in my life. You know, there's nobody like him in this world, man. That man was always giving and never wanted anything in return. A great man, but great man like those, they go fast, you know.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to see him, bro, when I die. You know, that's my mentor right there. My dad, Teofimo Lopez, and we're putting up his name really high. And that's what I care about right now. You know, but I want to say peace to everybody. Okay. I love it. The takeover is in effect. Check out the videos. They're up there. And just put up Teofimo Lopez on YouTube, and you'll see the videos of today. And it was crazy, man. You got to see this guy hitting my son, bro. That's crazy. I mean, I wouldn't stand in there, bro. I told him, you sure you want to do this, bro? You crazy, bro. We have a fight coming up. This guy might break your ribs, you know? And but it happened, and everything's beautiful. But peace out. I really got to go, man.
Okay, I just got to ask you this before you leave. You've done many... Okay.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm here. Okay, so what you said?
I said... You've done a lot of interviews, ESPN, Top Rank, you name it, some of the highest platforms in the world. And I got to ask you this, and I'm asking for the correct answer. Have you ever felt as comfortable as you did today, where you were able to talk about life, not just boxing, but your insight, your experience through the world?
No, listen to me. I'm going to say, I don't like to lie, bro, because that's not in my vocabulary. We always talk the truth.
Yes.
The only person I lie to when I want to get away from something is my wife because she's crazy.
Crazier
but
than you?
yeah, but I gotta say the Fighter's Voice is doing a great job. Keep it up, man. I just I love coming to your broadcast. You keep it real and just keep on doing what you're doing, man. You know, in this game, if you keep it real, you're gonna last. You know what I'm saying? Don't go bias or what. You know,
No.
or the people that are trying to tell you or giving you money on the side so you freaking make them look good on
They ain't
TV.
they ain't giving me
They
nothing.
do that shit a lot. They do that shit a lot, and you know who I'm talking about. I don't want to
Exactly.
say no names, but the Fighter's Voice, Moonshine, and all those guys, they doing their work, and you're one part of it. And shout out to the Fighter's Voice. Keep on watching. Teofimo Lopez, the best trainer on the planet. You already know it's on the books. Best fighter on the planet, my son, and we only have greatness coming over here. So peace out. The takeover, baby.
Have a great evening. I appreciate you coming on the show, and we always have a chair for you and a microphone. That's the Teofimo Lopez Sr., ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, and have a great evening. Have a great dinner. Thank you.
Anytime.
Appreciate that. Now we're waiting for our other guest, and I had to put him off a couple minutes, but let's see how he's doing, and if he answers this call, and then we'll put him on, and we're going to go live. May not want to take this call live because he may just have some choice words for me, but we'll see. We'll keep it real. Oh, well, if he's going to come on, we'll just go all the way. Or do we got to stop it? Hey, are you ready to go? I know, man. I apologize. Some things went over. I'm just going to do an intro, put you on, and we're ready to rock and roll, my man.
You said, like, what I'm staying on a call like this?
Yeah, no. I'm going to get off. I gave you that link, and then you'll come on the link, and then we'll bring you on. Your face will be on there. Let's talk some boxing. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about your career. Let's do this.
Yeah. Let's do, I got like 2 minutes though. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That'll be okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to hang up right now and get on that link in 2 minutes. We're ready to go.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Bye. Montana Heart, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to end this and then come back on? Okay, let's end it. Let's come back on. Viewers, don't go anywhere. If you haven't subscribed, go to our YouTube channel. It's right there on the bottom. Let's rock and roll, Mateo.